Good afternoon. Thank you for watching the Bulletin. I'm here at Garden Terrace, and with me is Amy Ansel. I hope I pronounced it correctly.
Yes,
I'm very
correct.
Afrikaans, so I struggle with these things.
Ja, ek is tweetalig, dat maakt niks uit.
And I want to say legend in the photography area because everybody knows you, and you've been busy for, you said since 21, so I mustn't actually ask then how long.
I'm 83. So.
Okay, so for
Long
52
time.
years, you've been in photography. And I read up that in 1968 you joined Benoni.
That's right.
Okay. Now tell us about the early years, because I mean I can also come from there, but
Yes.
it's different than now.
We started off with only 12 members in the Benoni Camera Club, and now we've got up to about 50.
Okay, so it's a nice growth in that
Yes,
one.
yes.
But you took picture, you were talking about slides.
Yes.
Yeah, slides were the in thing at that
Yes,
stage.
that's right.
Or not the in thing, the more advanced thing.
Well, you could do prints or slides, and I preferred slides.
Yeah, I like the slides as well. And your camera that you used?
And Pentax.
And I also read that you didn't use a lot of equipment. You only
No.
got 1 or 2 lenses?
That's right. I had a Pentax with the zoom lens, 80 to 300, and I had a 500 mirror lens.
And what are you using now?
I'm using a Nikon 80 to 200, and that's all I
that
use.
it?
That's all.
All right. I'm going to see if I can get some pictures out of you that I can add into our little video. Okay, but Jackie said to me that you've also been instrumental in starting this photography club here. Is that true?
Well, Willie and Sophia Labuskokny used to invite my husband and I along.
Yeah, because they were the big names in that
Yes,
stage as
they
well.
made us life members of Secunda Club.
Okay, so that is, and you're here now to judge them.
That's right, to judge tonight.
I'm struggling to get you to open up today. So. All right. Now, what I wanted to ask, and I want to hold this up, because on behind your name you write a few. What do you call
Initials.
it? Yeah, initials, acronyms, alphabets.
Yes,
Alphabets.
yes, they are alphabets.
They're APSSA.
And they're all
SPSSA.
masculine.
Oh, they're all masculine.
Yes, I'm a fellow and I'm a master. Nothing. Wouldn't be very nice calling me a mistress.
There's no. Hold on. Let's get it back up.
This beat cut.
I must go this way.
so good, yes, sure.
What you do is you grab it like that, press it there,
Oh, sure. Okay.
and then it will stay on.
There you are. Okay.
You see, now I've got it, Jackie. I've got it right. Okay, so we've got APSSA, FPSSA, EPSSA, and then M. Is that the?
It stands for, yes, an associate, a fellow,
Yeah.
an expert, which I
Yeah.
think is a stupid name, and a master.
And then-
And that is a meal, which means 1,000 salon
Okay,
acceptances.
now I'm gonna show this way around, so that we can see it. I'll see if I can get the badges taken better, but this is huge milestones. I mean, 1,000 salons.
Took me about 20 years to achieve.
Exactly. and let us just start with the first one. You don't get an APSSA just because you submitted 10 photos. How many photos?
No,
did
you have to
submit?
stand an exam with that.
Yeah.
You have to submit so many slides and you're judged by about 40 judges.
Yeah, and I know from experience that we struggle to get them all done. Yeah, you know, people, when they go in, they've just not made it, you know, they need 2 more pictures or they need
That's
this or
right.
so on.
not
So it's not easy
No.
to start off. But once you start it, it becomes more difficult, you know, so that your level of expertise
Must improve. You've got to keep going and challenge yourself to get a little bit better.
All
each
right,
time.
and then I want to ask about the expert, because I read something about diamonds. Now you're going to tell me about
Oh,
diamonds.
the diamond rating system my husband and I invented to encourage people to work. When you had 15 salon acceptances, you got a 1 diamond badge.
Okay.
When you had 30, you got a 2 diamond badge, and so on. It just doubled up each time.
All right, and how many do you need for expert?
Expert had to submit 100.
Okay.
I was examined and
So
they
that means 100, it's 1,000, yeah. Well, anyway, it's a lot of.
It's a lot of, yes.
Yeah, I'm not going to do the maths on that one. And then masters after that?
Master, you had to prepare a lecture like a university lecture, illustrated with slides.
Okay.
And again, you were judged by a panel of judges.
So there's a challenge to all photographers. it, we all take photographs, and we've got a lot of photographers here that is now suddenly
You've got some
popping
very
up.
good ones like Leon Pelsa.
Yeah.
He's excellent.
But I mean, we've got a lot that doesn't even belong to the club. But this is proof of your expertise. That's actually what it is.
Proof of working for years and years.
But I'm very impressed with this last one about the 1,000 salon acceptances. That to me is because
I actually nearly got a second one. I was one short of, that's for pictorial photography. In nature, I was one short when they stopped having slide salons. So I was 1,999 acceptances.
Yeah. And this is still with slides.
Yes, that's with slides. All of those with slides.
And let me explain slides versus what we have now. I mean, digital is easy. You take the picture and you look at it and you can say, all right, now I've done it right or not. Slide, you've got no idea.
No, that's right. You have to wait till it's been developed.
And let's hope your developer didn't make a bugger up,
yes, yes.
And then only when it comes back, it needs to go into that nice slide holders, and you need
That's right.
So it's not an easy thing
No.
to do salon acceptances for slides.
And you had to send them through the post. You had to wrap them carefully.
And they must come back in one piece.
That's right, without being smashed.
Now it's easy. You send this digital file
That's
over.
right.
Yeah, so it's a totally different attitude. Maybe what you must do now, instead of 1,000, make it 2,000 now. Something like that.
They're talking about that because in those days we only had 4 salons a year. So it took a lot longer.
We've got a lot this
Yeah, now we have about 4 a month. So we have about 40 salons a year now compared to before.
So you can very easily get the acceptances now.
Except maybe people try too fast. They go too fast and they haven't learnt more.
Yeah.
This way we had to slow down.
But the idea for me with a photographic club is that you should learn.
Yes, that is the
If you
highlight.
don't learn, there's nothing that you get.
And you learn from the judges' comments and you don't take them too seriously because they are subjective.
The reason I'm laughing, I'm one of those that says bugger the judge. Because
Yes, if you like that, you like it. Yeah.
I have found that sometimes we have had them, and I know sometimes it happens that they stick to the rules.
Yes, yes.
And then you get the next one that says this is a beautiful. It's done. Everything is done incorrectly.
Yes,
but it's a
yes.
beautiful picture.
That's right.
So I'm one of those that says I'll take the criticism. Those that I don't like, I'll still take it.
You listen to it and then throw it out if you don't agree.
Yeah.
That's what I've done all my
Actually, I don't just throw it out because it's good advice. But I do listen to things and see if they stick too much to the rules. Because rules sometimes, if you stick too much to it, it makes you
too rigid. You don't want to be rigid, no.
And sometimes you get the most beautiful picture and somebody says, oh, this is...
And I don't like judges that nitpick. Look for a tiny little fault in a beautiful picture.
Yeah. I remember I had one with a batelier on and I made a long picture, which is not the right one, but I had a lot of negative space.
Yeah, okay.
And the reason I had a lot of negative space because this thing was actually watching negative space.
Yes.
And they said, no, there's too much negative space. And I said, you know what? I like my picture.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. And I still like it.
That's right.
I post it on my Facebook every once in a while. And
you take pictures for your own enjoyment.
Yeah.
That's the point.
So what do we tell younger people now, or new people into photography?
To do their own thing and to challenge themselves to try something they're not good at. That's why we have set subjects at Benoni every month.
Yeah, we have
something
yes,
that's right. Something you don't normally do. If you only take nature pictures, try taking portraits, try taking pictorial.
We have found that a lot of guys, stick to.
Yes, they stick to just insects or just one thing.
Well, we know that if snakes come up, it's James.
Oh yes,
If it's the bugs, it's Hanu.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
If it's aerial photography, it's Leon.
Yes,
we start to know them like that.
That's right.
If it's wildlife, it's Pierre.
Yes.
Yeah, so we tend to get them like that. And look, everybody specializes more into one field.
Oh yes, you all have, yes. Yes.
I always say to people that says, oh, they can take pictures and they take all these pictures of the babies or so. I said, well, can you do a landscape?
That is the most difficult form of photography.
Oh, that's the one I love the most.
Yes, I love landscapes, but I say it is the most difficult. People think you just pick up a camera and take a scene.
No.
You've got to have your lead in, you've got to have balance, you've got to have all sorts of things in a landscape.
And like I did the Namakwa flowers, and you have to wait till they open.
That's right.
And it was cold. Now
I've just come back from the Macmillan, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so it's that's another story for another day.
Yes.
But I always say to people, if you're a good wedding photographer has got close-ups, it's got portrait in it, it's got landscape in it,
yes.
It's got night photography in it, it's got flash photography in it. So why don't you come and practice it at the club?
Right.
And the club will teach you because your peers are there, and they will teach you. That's why I say to people, but I do say come with a thick skin.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, because people think that when you criticize the photo,
they're criticizing you.
Yeah, but
yes, which is ridiculous. Yes, right.
Yeah, it is. Now, Amy, thank you very much. I don't want to make it too long because I think if you and I start chatting about this, we're going to be busy for quite a while. But I think you're going to judge them tonight.
Yes.
I can't even say, is there anything they must watch out for, because they
could poison my coffee.
The entries have closed. Yeah, so that's not going to help at all. But I think, thank you very much. I think it's something that people need to aspire to, and if you can get a badge list like this, I mean, this speaks of years of dedication, expertise like now, and I've seen some of your photographs, they're excellent. And
years of relaxation. To me, photography was a way of relaxing.
Still, they're very good, and like you said, enjoy it. I think that's the worst part. People like to compete. Don't come to the club and compete. Come to the club and enjoy it. That's the way I see it.
I take the photographs I enjoy. If they come out well enough to enter at the club, you enter them. But I don't stop taking them, the ones that I enjoy.
And those that you made a mistake on, you'll try and improve.
That's right. The slides, you throw them out. With digital, delete.
I never delete. I put them in a box, So.
Delete.
Yeah, that's most probably the best button you have.
Yeah, definitely.
But thank you for watching the Bulletin, and Amy, thank you for speaking to me.
With pleasure.
Thanks.